Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another family life and gaming podcast. And this time, the subject matter of it is my children. Um, Firstly, I love my kids. They're all crazy. They all drive me nuts. They will make me want to pull my hair out, but at the same time, they do so many amazing and miraculous things. I just couldn't imagine not having them near me, not being around them, and not having them in my life. They are a huge and important part of me. Um, I look at them and I see so many possibilities and so many great things and a potential for a lot of amazing stuff to happen. And all I want to do is nurture that potential within them and try to draw the best that I can out of them. Um, and I will die trying. I will die working my behind off to get them to that point if it's needed of me. So, um, yeah. Now, there's some things I want to talk about my kids. My oldest daughter, Aaliyah, she's 10. Um, she's an artist. She's got a lot of talent. She's quickly learning how to develop and evolve her own art style. And I'm part of me is kind of envious because I wanted to draw it. I can't draw worth crap, but at the same time, I'm happy for her that she can because that to me, I mean, it's always great to be able to see your kids be able to do something that you couldn't do, and seeing that she can draw so well, like even though she's just in the early stages of drawing of her artistic ability, like that makes me kind of happy. Like, yeah, partially envious because I've always wanted to be able to be an artist myself, but I can't. I just don't have the ability. It's not one of my talents. Not like I hate her for it because I could never hate my own child, but it's just one of those things. Like that was something I wanted to be able to do, but she's she's got that. And that was one of my father's talents, and he was very much my oldest daughter is a lot like my father. She's very stubborn at times. But she loves drawing. She loves doing portraits of characters and things. Um, she can get lost in everything that she's doing sometimes. Like, and that's the trait I picked up. It was just the ability to get lost in your own in things that you've put your mind to. Um, she's a great artist. She loves to draw, and she's also a type 1 diabetic, like my father was, as I've stated before many times back in the past. Um, and she, like, when she gets hungry, she eats like my father did. It's just like ridiculous. She can wipe out a whole kitchen if you give her the chance to. Um, she's got to monitor that because of blood sugars and stuff. But that aside, and that's one thing that worries me is that she's a type 1 diabetic, and we have people in government right now who elected or chosen officials who can literally screw her over for life. And there are people who have died multiple times this year that were diabetics, type 1 or otherwise, because they couldn't get needed supplies to take care of themselves. One guy back in March, he did a GoFundMe and ended up $50 short of his goal and died because he was shooting for $750, because he didn't have the insurance to cover his diabetic supplies. And that's something like that's a life sustaining medicine. And he couldn't get his insulin. And then there was a young guy this past June who just like, and my daughter's birthday is in June 16th. He just literally at the time he had just became old enough to not be under his parents' insurance, and he was siphoned like he was trying his best to ration his insulin so that he'd be able to live a longer amount of time because he couldn't afford the supplies, and he ended up dying and was found by, I think, a friend or a family member in his house dead because of lack of insulin. And there are people, like I said, there are people in government right now, like this guy, I don't know his name, I don't really care for his name, but he's been a part of the supply chains for the diabetic medications, for the insulin and stuff, for like Humalog and Novolog and stuff like that. And he's been intentionally increasing the price of insulin, even though it costs less than $1 to be produced. It costs, on average, upwards of $560 per vial. It was something that cost less than $1 to be made. That's a hell of a markup on pricing. Like, and insulin originally was sold at $1 because it was so cheap to make back then, even so that that everyone who needed it could have it, so that anybody who actually needed it could have it. And now we got these jackasses in here. What's up, FLaG? And we got these jackasses in here running government that want to potentially kill people. Like, I'm looking at this like my daughter's life is at stake with these jackasses that are running the government. Like, she's going to get to the point where she's older eventually, and she can't be under the same insurance my wife and I are under, but she won't be able to be covered by us. And I look at them and I'm like, there's this child with so much potential, so much creative talent and ability, and so intelligent and can quickly learn and can adapt to almost anything. And her life is going to be on the line because of some greedy bureaucrats who want nothing more than to just fill their pockets with additional money that's going to become meaningless the more that they have. So my daughter could potentially be killed by an insurance company that's supposed to save people and keep them alive and keep them healthy and keep them able to do what they need to do. But her life can potentially be ended by that because of either a lack of insurance or a lack of money to get the supplies that she needs, because the supplies cost so much. And that bothers me to my core, like hurts me to my soul to think of that. And it's just like I can see all of the great things that she could possibly do in her life. Like she wants to work on video game development. She wants to do artwork. And there's so many other things that she could get herself attached to. And it's just like, hell, she even, like, right now she's learning to play the saxophone in school, like on top of her talents, her already established talents. And I'm like, looking at this, like, there's something so precious there that could be lost because of these fucking selfish bastards running the government. And it's just like to be in a position where you feel like you can't do anything about it, but like you just have to accept it because these people have already bought off everyone who could oppose them. So it's just like, well, what the fuck do I do? And honestly, that bothers me. That really does bother me. It's just like I said, I can just see so many potential things that she could do. Like so much stuff she would be able to do. So many talents that she has, and that could be wasted. Like, and hurt because of, again, government. And when I finally do have my kids and family on, you guys will get to talk to them and like learn about them from them. But it's just like right now I kind of want to get everybody comfortable with the idea before I actually do it. So it's going to be a little while before that happens. Moving on to probably a more chipper subject is my second daughter. Her name is Zoe, and she's 8. She is not like my daughter, my oldest. She's type 1. It's genetic. She's juvenile diabetic, so it's type 1. Um, Type 2 is more like based on your is based on your health and how well you maintain your health. But type 1 is genetic. Like if you could be like as big and built as Arnold Schwarzenegger and healthy as he was in his prime and still be a type 1 diabetic. Uh, and still have diabetes and still require insulin and all that stuff. Whereas type 2, it kind of changes. It's not exactly the same. It's similar, but like the better your health is, the less it affects you. That's kind of where it is. Because I have my daughter's type 1 and my father was type 1. I have a cousin who's type 2, and my wife's grandmother is type 2, I believe. So there's slight differences between them. Like one doesn't require as much work and attention as the other one does. Like once you get yourself into a healthy state with type 2, for the most part, you can maintain it. Whereas type 1, you definitely need the insulin and supplies. Like you can't do without them. Um, my wife just sent me a message. Um, but yeah, it was like I don't mind explaining it. Like I've dealt with it all my life because my father was type 1, and I was always helping him with his maintaining his supplies and measuring out his insulin and stuff for him, counting up carbs and stuff. I was always doing it, so it's not really a big deal to me because I know about it. It's been around me. Um, so I don't necessarily mind. Like, unfortunately, I would rather it be me that be the type 1 diabetic than my daughter, but it skipped me. Like, and there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Like, that sucks ass. Um, but moving on to my oh, I mean, yeah, I didn't know if you knew, so I just went on explaining because I mean it'll probably help other people anyway, like you just said. So, like anybody who doesn't know the difference, but but going on to my second daughter, Zoe, who's 8 year old. She loves to sing, she loves to dance. She's a writer. She tries to do artwork and like she's better than I was at it, but she's more of a writer, and I really want her to realize that, but I can't just force her to see that. She has to see it for herself. So I've kind of tried pushing her in the direction like, go ahead and write some stories or something, but she's still too stubborn to listen. So she's going down the path I was when I was a little kid, and I was trying to draw comics and stuff, and it just didn't look right. Like again, she's better than I was at it, but she's not quite the same as her sister is when it comes down to being an artist. She's more artistic with her words, and that's something that she's going to have to come to terms with and learn on her own. So I can't force her to see that. Uh, like, and she's a bright child. Like she's like top of her class. Just got honor roll this past marking period. Um, she's also very, very deeply in touch with her emotions in a way that I don't think anybody else in my family really at this moment is really aware of. Like she's very deep into her emotions and knows what they are and what they're about. And she's very also very perceptive and sees things that people might not think she sees. Uh, and I've been watching her and seeing what she'll say and do, like where she is sly as hell too. um, I just think about how these things that are happening on the internet and how things are going with the world and what she'll have to see, especially things dealing with her older sister. And it's just it's just one of those things. You just look at it. It just again, it sucks because there's nothing you can do about it. There's not a thing you can do about it unless you are in power or in position to do something. And then even still at that point, there are so many people who will do so many things to hurt you for trying to help other people, which is what the government is supposed to be meant to do, is help the people, but they do the opposite. Like it's been doing the opposite for a long time, and it's just gotten worse, especially this year, where you notice a lot of things are just being taken out or being done away with for no damn reason whatsoever. It's just stupid as hell, but that's how they want to work it. She like Zoe is more or less the free spirit of the house. So like I said, she's super in touch with her emotions and everything. But yeah, she's the free spirit of the house and kind of can't really call it a rebel, like because that's my 4 year old. But yeah, she definitely marches to the beat of her own drum, and I kind of want to see what she does with her life. With life, like if she ever got into like music and singing, she has the talent to do it, but I don't know if she really wants to utilize it. So I can't force that on her, and I can only be there if that's what she wants to do, and kind of try to guide her into the right direction. Um, that's it for the older two. Now my son, he's a little smart, technical little person. Like this little boy, when he was 2, I believe. Okay, I was setting up the room for my kids to be able to play in, and also setting up a television for them to be able to watch DVDs and things on. And we had like this little cheap DVD player at the time that we had set up. Like I was going to set it up. I literally put it down in the room and put the TV down on the TV stand. And I went to go grab something to drink. No, I went to go use the bathroom and then grab a drink out the kitchen. I come back, the boy has already set the thing up without me even being in the room. I'm like, what? Like, when did you do this? He literally set the thing up, and I'm like watching. Like, how did he know to do this? Like, he plugged every cord in right, set everything up on his own, no questions asked. Like, and at the time, he also had gotten a DVD out to put in the thing, and I'm like, okay, I walk away for a few seconds and you take over. Like, that's just, like, but he's always been into technology, and he has like a deep love of computers and stuff like that. And like, he's also big on video games, like his older sister. Um, but I could see him as more of a behind the scenes kind of person when it comes down to computers and software and stuff. Like, because while he's again, he's also extremely intelligent and having amazing grades in his class. Super well behaved at school, but not at home for some reason. But that's how kids are. Uh, like, and gosh, and my son is a little playboy too. And this has been since he's been like 4 years old, since he's been in school. Like for some reason, he knows how to talk to these little girls. Like, and I've it was just like I watched it. Like I remember picking this boy up from school and watching as all the little girls coming out of the school that were in his class would walk by and hug him, but they would not go. Like they would walk to him, say, "Bye, Noah. I'm gonna miss you," and hug him. Like this little 4 year old boy at the time, he's 7 now. Hug him and say, "Bye, I'm gonna miss you." But like you're only gonna be gone for a day. It's not like you like. It's not like you're not gonna see him again. Like this little boy found a way to get all the girls to like him, and I'm like, you, like, how did you do this? Like he's like naturally good with talking to women for some reason. Like like in every girl in his class would walk over and hug him and say goodbye. It wasn't like it was just one girl or two girls. It was the whole female side of his class, and I'm just like, how did you do this? Like, I'm, and he's still able to do it now because my wife is actually out on a field trip with him, and he has 3 girls in his group. All 3 of the girls are treating him like they're his boyfriend, like they're his girlfriends. I said that wrong. But all the girls are treating him like he's their boyfriend. My wife is just pointing that out. I'm like, okay. So that like, I'm gonna have to watch him when he gets to high school because apparently he's a apparently he's either a wordsmith with girls or they find him irresistible. One of the two. I don't know yet because I mean I haven't exactly seen him in action other than a few snippets of just catching little girls, hugging them and stuff, and and like being all over him. I can't, man. Like it's just hard to put into words when you watch a young kid like that and find a way to talk to so many daggone girls. Excuse me, talk to so many girls, and it seems like he's super confident about it too. Like he gets embarrassed though when you tell him like you got a bunch of girlfriends. It's like no, I don't. Like yeah, you do. Looking at how you just approached that situation. Yeah, you got a bunch of little girlfriends running around here. Pat, it was at one point. It was at one point. My wife had a. We were at a graduation from my wife for one of her degrees, and he was talking to the little girl behind us who was like at least 2 years older than him. And I think he was. I think he was 3 at the time, and she was showing him her phone or her mother's phone or whatever, and the apps and stuff on it. She turned away for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. He said, I'm talking to you. She turned right back to him and gave him her full attention. I'm like, how do you command somebody like that? And this is a little girl you don't even know. Like, and she's clearly older than you. But he commanded respect from her. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with you, little boy. You're going to get us in some trouble. You can get us in trouble, I swear. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch him. Like high school, I'm gonna have to keep my eyes on him because if he's like that now, I can only imagine what he's going to be like when he knows what he's doing. Man, it's just, like that just amazed me. Like, but outside of his interactions with female. Actually, no, because he does that even when we go to the store. Like it's something about this little boy where women will pay attention to him. Like, and it might just be because he has so many sisters. Like he's around girls all the time, so he knows how to deal with them. So that could be it. Like, maybe because I mean he's smart. He picks up on things pretty quickly. I mean, he has a whiny streak in him that I wish he would let go of, but he's still growing up. And eventually, I hope that goes away and he learns how to deal with situations without having to try to cry it out to try to get somebody to fix it for him. Because he's plenty smart. He knows how to figure things out. And when he puts his mind to something, he's a pretty hard worker. Like, I can see him being very successful in life. And I want to see where he goes in life, but I also want to like I said, keep a close eye on him when he's in high school. Hell, maybe even just when he gets to middle school because of how he is with little girls. And I don't want to be a grandpa too soon. So, yeah, I'm already a great uncle. I don't want to be a grandpa too soon. Like that's not on the docket for me. Hopefully, until like well into my 40s, maybe. I can't even ask for that. I hope into like well into my 40s, but I mean, no way in the world I can guarantee that. Oh man, like he's gonna be trouble. He is gonna be so much trouble when he gets when he gets older. Hopefully, his love of technology and like liking to deal with like different types of computers and things will be a bonus for him, and he'll go into a technology field in his life, and he'll be able to show me some things I don't know. Now, moving down the line to my 4-year-old, which is Layla. She's a little troublemaker. She's definitely she's the rebel of the family. Like no matter what you say or do, she's going to try her best to do the opposite, to try to, one, to try to prove you wrong, and two, to try to get a rise out of you. She loves to get a rise out of people, and she knows exactly how to do it. Now, I mean, if you're privy to it, you're privy to it already. You know how to mess. You know how to do it. Get back at her, but like I do. Like, but if you don't know, and I've seen her do this to people, and she's been able to do it since she's like been like 2 years old. Like, yeah, I got two nieces that have kids. One who has a child who's just a few months younger than my youngest, and then one who just had a baby on the second of this month. Like, and they're both adults. Like, but and that makes me feel old. But but yeah, I'm a great uncle. Not just a great uncle. I am titled great uncle now. Like, all right, but moving back on to Layla, my little crazy one. Um, she knows how to read people. She gets to see you, and she'll learn you quicker than you may think. Like, she catches on to a lot of stuff with people, and she knows generally who's a good person, who's a bad person, and she'll treat you as such. Like, she's very wise for her 4 years. Like, and that's something I like. That, one, at the same time I'm happy about that, and two, I'm like, at the same time, like, that means I can't get over on her with certain stuff because she's smart enough to catch on. She's quick to learn. So like, so a lot of things you could do as a parent to get over on kids, I can't do because she pays attention. Like, and again, she's a troublemaker. She's not really a troublemaker. She's more like I guess you would consider it a clown, but she's not like a dumb clown. She's a smart one. Like, especially when it comes down to school, their teachers were talking about and praising how detail oriented she is for being so young. Like, she's only 4 years old, but she's super detail oriented. She pays attention to details and things like that, which is again probably why she's able to read people so well, and she knows how to get a rise out of people the way she does. Because like her brothers and sister, her brother and sisters do not know how to handle her. They don't. She knows how to handle them. They don't know how to handle her. Like, she's good enough to outwit them. She's good enough to outwit them. Heck, she even got me once when she was 2 and took my Deus Ex my Deus Ex Human Revolution director's cut and hit it. I thought that my disc was thrown out. She hit it, and I found it. Like, I think I found it a month or two later. Like, how did you do this to me? Because I know she was the one that moved it. I saw her move it, and I went to go get it, and I thought she threw it in the trash. Like, I saw her mess with the case. I thought to myself when I saw her with the case, I was like, okay, she just picked up the case. She's just looking at it. I go to use the bathroom, come back, my disc is gone. The case is still there. The case is put back where it was, but the disc is missing. And I'm thinking, this little girl threw my stuff out. And I had already taken the trash out and put it in the dumpster at that point. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to buy another disc. I'm glad I found it, though, because that means I don't have to pay again. I don't have to go buy the game over. But yeah, she's pretty smart. She knows how to mess with people. And if you give her the time, she will get to you. She will find a way to get to you. Don't matter how patient you are, doesn't matter how good you think you are at hiding your frustrations, she'll draw it out. And then down to the last one, my youngest, who's Paisley. Paisley. I don't know why I said that wrong. Paisley. She's a little sweet little girl. She is very sweet. She's a very loving, happy, sweet little person until you piss her off. Then she becomes like the vengeful spirit of pain and suffering, and will find a way to make you hurt if you do something that, one, irritates her, or two, hurts somebody in her family. She will find a way to get you back, and she's proven that multiple times. And this is a 3-year-old little girl now. She just turned 3 the 5th of this month. Uh, she's dangerous in so many ways. Like she's when you're on her good side, she is sweet as ever to you. She will be nice. She'll hug you. She'll give you kisses. She'll pat you on the back. She'll be your best friend as long as you do not tick her off. You tick her off or you do something that hurts somebody she cares about, she will make you suffer. And I've seen her do this. Because the 4-year-old and her, they're like two peas in a pod. They are that close to each other. Like so. So when one of her older 3 siblings does something that like either hurts or bothers her sister Layla, she finds a way to get back at them, and they don't really. And I've seen her do it so often. It's like it's just like watching a technician putting together a circuit board, like like you see them taking their time and setting everything up right, and it just all looks so interesting to see it happen. Like I've seen this little girl set them up to fall for traps. Like she'll put toys down where she knows that they're going to walk and they're not going to pay attention, that they will slip and fall on if they do something to hurt her sister, or if they do something to hurt her, she finds ways to torture them by like. If one of them is laying down like on a couch or on the floor and watching something, she'll sit on their head and try to like smother them. Like not literally trying to smother them, but she tries to she'll sit on their head or their back and like do things to just mess with them. And it's just like funny to watch her do it. And y'all don't realize what you're doing that ticks her off. Like, but when she's mad, she keeps a smile on her face. She keeps a smile on her face. So even when she's angry with you, she's still smiling at you. Like, and it's unbelievable to watch this child. And my wife will verify all this if I can ever get her on here. Like she'll verify all this. Like you don't have to just take my word on it. I'm like she's seen it too. So but she also knows how to wrap people around her finger. She knows how to get you to be on her side even if she's done something wrong. Speak of the little devil. She's walking out here right now. Or maybe not. He was walking out here and turned around. Okay. Like she's smart. All of my kids they're highly intelligent from what I've seen. They're just intelligent in very, very different ways. Life just sent me a message. Where was it? Oh yeah, Paisley. Like I said, she keeps a smile on her face when she's mad with you, and she knows how to wrap people around her fingers by being so sweet and loving to them. She does that to get things that she wants. If she sees you with something, she'll get all up in your face and smile at you and tilt her head all kind of trying to look cute. And it's hard to not look at her and see her as being cute, because she's got it down to a science. No. Let's not have that. Here, no, you can watch it, but not over here near the microphone. Okay, not near the microphone, because the microphone will pick that up. And I do not want to have copyright strikes on my channel. No. You can stop with the fake wine. I know you're faking. That doesn't work on Daddy. That don't work on me. You're faking. Oh, you can stop that too. You can stop that too. Because I know you're faking. Why don't you go chill out over there? No, you're not going to be over here with that. No. You guys, wow. You guys can hear this, right? She's kind of just trying to get me to agree to what she wants. Okay. Stop it. No. That doesn't work. That don't work on me. Nope. Nope. You can stop the fake. You know how to speak. Stop faking. Just doing that fake whine like, oh, please do what I'm asking. she's over here laying this one pretty thick too. You can take this and you can watch it over there. I'm not gonna win this battle. Proof it's been recorded. But I guess I'll end this here because I've already talked. See what she's doing? You don't see it, but you can hear it. You're being recorded. Okay. You can hear what she's doing. So I'm gonna go. That way I don't have to deal with copyright strikes because she wants to watch Sophia and is near my microphone and it will record all of it. So I've just given you guys a pretty much decent explanation of how my kids are and some stuff going on with them. Anybody that didn't catch this in the beginning, hey, what's up, Triple M? Anybody that didn't catch this in the beginning, go ahead and go back to the start. Because I got a little 3-year-old here trying to get me to bend to her will. No. Nah, I say I'm not gonna win this fight. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me. And until next time, enjoy your life, your family, and your video games. Peace out.